As we continue to look back, we now talk to a gentleman whose valuable contributions off the air were just as important as many on-the-air personalities. Val Chauvin served as an engineer at the station for many years, and now we get caught up with him on his life and times. Val Chauvin, how are you today?
Fine, a little chilly.
Understandable. Well, I take it with the last name of Chauvin, you're from our area originally?
Yes, I'm from Houma.
Okay. And which high school did you go to by chance?
Went to Terrebonne, graduated in '63.
Okay. Well, how did you first get involved with the radio business?
Well, I was, after I graduated from college, worked in Dallas for a while, and then ended up looking for a job in Houma, and met Raymond Sadie. And he hired me there. I'd done some studying, got an engineering license, had a degree in engineering also.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I started at KHOM, and I think it was about 1970.
Okay. How did you, in other words, when you first got a job, you went to the studios to ask him?
Yes, a friend of mine had told me they were looking for an engineer.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'd like to ask you about some of the people that you would have known down there at KHOM. One gentleman who was very well established, both KTIB and KHOM in news as well as music, Roy Dicknair.
Oh, yeah, I remember Roy well. Nice fellow. Hadn't talked to him in a long time.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, another gentleman who had worked at another station in Houma before moving over to KHOM, Rod Rodrigue.
Yeah, I remember Rod also. He was in the appliance business, and he did a French show at KHOM.
Mm-hmm. While you were down there, did you also get to know Rick Fauché?
Yes, I remember Rick also. I think he started, they had a deal with the high school. I can't remember the name of that program. They had a bunch of young kids that would come and kind of learn the ins and outs.
Mm-hmm. Also, now, of course, one name I have to ask you about, who's for decades been a staple in both Houma and Thibodeau programming, Marie Bergeron.
Nobody can forget her. She was one heck of a person. I saw her not too long ago. My wife goes to the same beauty parlor and happened to run into her.
Mm-hmm.
Nice lady, and really miss all the news she used to do.
You mentioned you'd gone to college. What was your degree program?
Electrical engineering.
Okay, so basically, if my memory's correct, you still had to go through some kind of course or something in order to get your a first-class license or something to work in radio?
Right, an FC first-class license. I kind of studied that on my own, took the tests. Actually, I was out of work in New Orleans. I worked in New Orleans for a while and got laid off. I said, well, let me try this. It was something I kind of always wanted to do anyway. Studied, took the test, and passed it.
Mm-hmm.
And after that was when I found out they were looking for somebody. It worked out pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Now, did you work at both KHOM and KTIB at the same time?
Correct.
Okay. About what years would that have been?
I think from 1970, and I think I left in 1977.
Okay, well, if that's the case, there's another gentleman I'd like to ask you about who made his name for a good long time, both in sports and I believe during the morning show, Roy Pugh.
Roy Pugh, I remember at one time, I think he was a manager at KTIB.
Another gentleman who we mentioned before we started rolling the tape, John Rayner.
John Rayner, and I see him, we're both ham radio operators. I see him occasionally. Probably been a year or two since I've seen him, but I remember him well. He was a DJ at KTIB.
Mm-hmm. Were there, not to tease memories or anything, but the years that you worked here, were there any, challenges you ever had maybe in trying to repair a piece of equipment or maybe got called in the middle of the night to fix something?
Well, we usually, if we had problems, that's when you had to do it. At the time, they used to sign off at midnight. KHOM did, and I think KTIB signed off at sunset.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you had any problems, you had to take care of them then.
Right. So what was the reason why you decided to leave KTIB KHOM around 77?
Well, a friend of mine and I decided to go into business for ourselves, an electronic business. in Houma. The name of it was Lafayette Radio, and electronics, they were a nationwide outfit similar to Radio Shack, and unfortunately they went down the tubes and Radio Shack didn't.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess that's the breaks of business sometime.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, it's definitely is good to know all these years that you still seem to have pretty strong positive memories about your career in radio.
Oh, I really enjoyed it there. I remember another girl by the name of Barbara Matina, who used to be the secretary there.
Mm-hmm.
And Mildred Reagan and at KHOM was the secretary there. She's passed away, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Was a nice lady.
I can't say enough for you for agreeing to do this interview with us, and we also wish you happy holidays as well.
Same to you and yours, and enjoy it.
Val Chauvin, another valuable member of KTIB history.